早早起床，打扮好自己出门替别人的工作，然后每天重复一样的事情。有些人似乎比较勇敢，打破了这个循环。来认识我的朋友 Bilal， 他辞掉工作，追寻梦想，在台湾开创了自己的事业。让我和你分享他鼓舞人心的故事。
Hi Bilal, you're my friend for almost 10 years and I know how hard and inspiring your story is. I also would like to introduce you to my YouTube friends. So, could you please introduce yourself first and go through what you have done here, what kind of jobs you have done here?
Hello everyone, nice to see you all. Well, I can't see you. So I'm from the UK, born and brought up in the UK. My family are originally from Pakistan. They moved to the UK in the 1960s. My grandfather was on a boat for 12 weeks and he migrated to the UK to provide a better life, and our family story just started from there. Maybe that's where I got my whole idea for business from, or to move around, and somehow out of all the craziness I ended up in Taiwan, a country I knew nothing about. So I'll give you an example. My only understanding of Taiwan is, you might remember, I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember when you get the toys and it used to say made in Taiwan on the toy?
No, I never got that good ones.
Okay, your mommy that
Mine
gave
were
you
like made in China, so they gave me cheap ones.
Mommy, no, it used to be always made in Taiwan before, and then now it's like made in China. So that's all I knew about this country.
A made in China ones goes to Turkey. Okay. Made in Taiwan ones goes to the UK. Yeah,
so. Higher quality, maybe.
Yeah.
But that was it. That was all I knew about this country. It was actually the day I landed here, that's when I actually realized how far this country was from my home country. You know, I was talking a 16-hour flight. When I came here, I did a bit of English teaching and a bit of traveling. I wanted to use Taiwan as a base to go around other parts of Asia, like Malaysia, Japan, etc. Somehow I just stayed and I kept staying and one more year, it's okay, one more year, it's okay. You know, this place is nice, as you know. But after a while with English teaching, I moved to the Middle East. I was in Dubai for a short period of time. However, I cut that time short and moved back to the UK. Back in the UK doing all sorts, I was working in the finance sector and things like this. That's where my idea to open a pizzeria came. And this is the product.
As your friend, I'm really proud of you because you put a lot of hard work. We are going to talk about that in a bit, but I'm really proud of you. So what can you say about your business and what is this? What is Gusto?
I never ever thought about a restaurant, never. I was out with my sister and family. We went to the theatre in London, that's where I'm from. We went to watch a show. Before the show, we went to a pizzeria called Home Slice. And this one's in Covent Garden. And it's a pizzeria called Home Slice. Big 20-inch, this big, super thin crust. I mean, I had one bite of this. Oh, wow. Wow. It just blew my mind. Everything I knew about pizza is just gone. I was like, what is this? I've been eating this food for 30 years and now I've had this, and it just, with that moment, I was like, I need to learn how to make it. And in that moment, it started off this obsession. A hobby, started making it at home, started trying this, that, quit my job, and I went on a pizza academy, befriended a pizza maestro who's from Italy, and I started working underneath him, and he was teaching me everything. I just had to, like a sponge, I wanted to learn everything. And then with that knowledge, I brought it over here, which wasn't my initial destination. I originally wanted to open in Malaysia. Due to circumstances, immigration rules, and the difficulties around that, they changed the rule. Everything changed. So I had to start this. And even my initial idea, I wanted to do the 20-inch pizzas that we were talking about. But as you've seen, they're not 20-inch. So everything changes.
Your kitchen is 20-inch.
But yeah, that's how it all brought.
So we can say from a bite to a kingdom. Pizza kingdom.
To an empire, yes.
Yeah.
Empire of one.
Yeah.
There was all this work, all this learning, all this struggle to get to day one, to open up the shop.
I can see all the hard work, especially from the picture behind me, and I'm gonna show them too.
Yeah.
There are some business challenges. Starting the business and doing the business on the way you must have a lot of challenges. So can you please talk about challenges of doing business and challenges of doing business in Taiwan?
First and foremost is my values and my belief as a Muslim. There are things that we can and can't do. The way we operate our business is very, very clear. But being in Taiwan, specifically with such a small Muslim population and very little access to the massive variety of halal foods and things that we have back in the UK or other parts of the world, we had to be very creative. I'll give you an example. Put it in your comments, guys. What's your favorite pizza? From my experience, Taiwanese love pepperoni pizza. They love Hawaiian with the ham and pineapple. Bam! Straight
Pineapple. Do you do pineapple pizza here?
We're not pineapple police. We've done it once.
Okay.
We've done it, but we did it differently.
I'm pineapple brother to Feng Ligu, so okay.
We're gonna have to discuss
I love
this
pizza.
pineapple.
I love pineapple, but I don't like putting them together.
So, I mean, I got a story about this. I asked my my boss, who was from Naples, why don't you have pineapple on your pizza? He started shouting at me, swearing at me, he kicked me out of the show. But yeah,
I'm all with him.
They're very, very extreme. But now being in Taiwan, I've actually tried it. We tried it very differently to what you normally see. Normally you see ham and pineapple, but we did it with salmon and chili, and also it was amazing, really, really nice. But not my go-to. I'm very simple. The challenge is being like Taiwanese love pepperoni and Hawaiian. So we can't sell that. I could make money from it, but I don't want to sell that. It would go against my values. So we have to marinate our own meats, be a bit more creative with toppings. That was probably the biggest challenge, being that very, very different. We're very different. There's no other halal pizzeria in the whole of Taiwan. Not one. We're the only one. And I think we're the only sourdough pizzeria that also does vegan as well. So
people make pizza, vegan pizza.
Yep.
But they're not as good. I can really say that. I can really recommend your pizza to my audience. Like, that's good. Let's talk about the picture on the backside. Because that is also a challenge.
So yeah, the picture you're referring to is me.
Yes, he's my friend, so I kind of know his story, part of his story. So the idea came from that picture. So I would like to ask you about that.
So I mean, I give
too.
you a bit of sort of the history behind it. When we first opened, it was just me and my wife. My wife was 5 months pregnant at the time with our first son, and it was just the two of us every day. And we used to live in Banqiao, and our shop's in Dongmen, so the commute with a pregnant wife who's very heavy would be a bit over an hour to get door to door. Is a bit over an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. So we would leave our house 7:30ish in the morning, arrive here for 9 o'clock to turn on the oven, and prepare everything, open at 11:30. And then we go through the day with a small break all the way to 9 o'clock. Usually clean up and leave the shop by 10, sometimes 10:30.
I used to think you are the hero, but your wife is the hero.
Exactly. Yeah. And then we get home maybe 12 o'clock and then do this again and again and again. So we wake up around 6:37 every day.
So no personal life.
This is life, you know. It's not work.
It became your life.
This is part of the life. And I remember actually she was so heavy at one point. We had to put a chair, and she couldn't even give the food out. And the customers were lovely. They would help bring the plates back and things for us, and they would help take it as well. So yeah, it was very, very tough. Imagine doing that day in, day out, 6 days a week. We only have 1 day off, and even on our day off, we would be out getting supplies and going to the doctors once a week because, you know, we have to do our weekly checkups. And you do that every day, grinding. And then, yeah, she came in the shop and she just found this dead body on the floor. It was me. I was so tired, I had to have a sleep.
So that's not pretending, that's a real picture.
Yeah, I was completely out of it. She took a photo. And
if you come here, please check that picture. Ask for that picture.
That's the nature of business.
And it's a good reminder as well. We talk about the challenges. How about the easier part of it? What's easier in Taiwan than the other countries when it comes to setting up a business?
The workmanship here is amazing. So the guys that we've had to do all the fitments in the shop, our oven builder, who never built this style of oven. We actually designed it for him, created the specs and said, look, this is what we want, and he built it from scratch. And also the staff that we've had, everyone's been really on point, really amazing. And that's one of the benefits of being in this country for sure. Also, the good thing is having easy access to large scale equipment. And this is one of the big differences. If there is a problem, I'll give you an example. Our sink completely flooded, it wouldn't drain, all the water was just coming up and up and up, and the guy came within an hour straight away. If that was the UK, they'll phone you, say, okay, I'll book in the time, maybe 3 days later, they'll charge you for coming to see you, then they'll, you know, okay, I'll fix it next week. So getting things done very quickly is one of the best things about this country, for sure.
for me, you're a really successful businessman. What advices you can give them?
One thing is you have to be very, very real. An office job, you know.
I actually wanted to ask you that too. So okay,
Yeah,
thank you for making my job easier. Okay.
Because it all kind of ties in.
Okay, yeah.
So my office job was 9 to 5. I have weekends. My evenings were free. In the evenings, I'd go off do my own personal activities, and on the weekends, I'd go see my friends. As soon as work was finished, I never thought about it. It was off. But with business, it's 24/7. You know, even at night, the middle of the night, maybe you don't even sleep, or if you're sleeping, you'll wake up at 3 in the morning, like, oh, I need to do this, or oh, I should maybe try something like this. So it's, you know, non-stop.
It reminds me of something you just said. This is your baby too. So yeah, you have to wake up in the evening too, in the middle of the night.
Yeah, you have to throw yourself fully in. But for me, you know, advice is don't go in with the mentality of like, oh, I'm gonna become the next Jeff Bezos or something. Okay, yeah, we hope, you know.
I'm gonna be the next Bilal or something, right?
No, just so small. The one key thing is you have to be very patient. You have to persevere. Listen and be receptive of everything around you, and seek knowledge at all the time, and constantly try to improve. Your formula, your original idea might not be the idea that actually works. So sometimes you have to tweak. So I told you my example. We wanted to do 20-inch. When we opened the shop, we did 10-inch pizzas. One of the problems with the 10-inch was the foreign customers would eat one by themselves, and it wouldn't be enough.
Wait, you're answering the other question too.
I know,
okay,
but
yeah.
this kind of ties in. But so they needed more. The Taiwanese prefer to share, so it's a very cultural difference. And maybe 4 people would only order 2. And it's not enough. And I was outside of the shop, just standing outside, and somebody walked past and they were talking to their friend in Chinese, and they said, oh, 这家披萨店很好吃，可是吃不饱. That's not good. We just changed straight away within a week.
So you have a lot of Taiwanese and foreigner customers. How can you find the balance between them? Because they have different eating habits.
We mentioned size and eating habits in terms of having one to yourself and sharing. The one thing Taiwanese can pick up more on is the level of salt. Our original recipe when we first started was the traditional Neapolitan style. The locals wanted us to adjust. Our aunties would come in and say to us, hey, 老板, you know, you want to change it a little bit.
太咸吧.
太咸, 你要改变一下. So okay, no problem. Non-Taiwanese, they prefer a stronger flavor. The ones from South Asia, Southeast Asia, they want a spicier flavor. So we have to just try to find a balance between all of them.
And you also offer vegan pizza. I've tried not a lot, but some vegan pizzas all around Taipei and Taiwan. But some of them, for some of them, I just couldn't continue with the second bite. But here, I can't wait for the second pizza. So you are doing a really good job to provide options for different kind of people with different requirements. And I can see that you are doing everything from deep in your heart, because you have that big smile throughout the day. I'm not a food critic, but I have to say that I really enjoy my pizza here. If you have time, if you would like to have a nice bite of pizza, you can visit his shop, and I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it too. I'm gonna leave all the information down in the description. Please show some love to him. And thank you for your love to me and your support. I'm growing just thanks to you. I have to bring you better content by the time. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.